Madison.
Yep.
We're going to go oldest. So then you just go through and look at him. Biggest man on the floor. Where's the beginning of the article? Committee of Arrangements. Oh, Monona Lodge, OAM. What's an OAM? Did I say OAM or is it
I don't know what a Mendota Lodge is.
AOM? That's not it. Okay, let's put fraternal organization. Yeah, it's getting too. It's too.
Yeah. What did they say? He's a Mendota? Monona.
Number 10, AOM. So, and then at Mendota Hall, blah, 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 Committee of Arrangements. So this is Mary Maskers at Mendota Hall last night, 1877. Okay? And then blah, 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 you go all the way through here.
Uh-huh.
And he's right there. So this is Cassius Nelson was the biggest man on the floor and defied competition. So this is some kind of thing. So that's a clue, right? That's something to proceed. But now you've got to find out what OAM is, right? So you could go back. I was trying Google, but Google is bringing up because it's just, I don't know what it is, right?
Monona Lodge number 10.
Yeah, so fraternal organization didn't bring. Let's see if we put it in. So this is kind of, I'm trying to model some search strategies you might do, right? Fraternal organizations. So, I mean, there might be dictionaries of fraternal organization, fraternal lodge. Masonic articles. There you go. AOM is pronounced the same way. It's written how a lodge can shine. Lost word.
Yeah, see, there's a simple.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fusion. So you put energy in this triangle, and the way you control it is you use gravity. The lines coming out is sun rays. So control of energy it requires gravity.
So it looks to me, it's beginning to look like it's a Masonic symbol. So what you need to do is start, going under that, is you can begin to look up Masonic symbols and what, you know what I mean? That's because it looks like this guy was a Mason.
Yeah, and I think he put it on his window.
Yeah, that's possible, right? Yeah.
So this is energy. This is us. Like we use energy to improve our lives. And the triangle is upwards. Triangle is continuous improvement. And the way to do it, use energy. Gravity is the other way around. Gravity is the absence of energy.
Well, so there's probably something written about symbolic symbols of Freemasonry or the Masons, right? But you can find this here. So then so right away you've looked up Cassius. I'm just trying to model. We're not getting into the votes. So we looked up Cassius Nelson. We just found out he's a Mason. Okay?
Was it that easy? Was it really easy for you to find? Because we spent 4 hours looking for this guy, and nobody.
Look him on newspapers.com.
Newspapers.com.
That's.
No, they did.
You might want to get a notebook so that you're taking notes. You know what I mean? They're not going to get all lost and stuff. So let me show you newspapers.com. So we have this. This is on here. You probably also have it available through the public library.
Yes.
So, but what it is, it's a database. It's called newspapers.com. Okay. You can look it up here. You always want to put, you wouldn't put B because, see, you're excluding where they don't have the B.
Okay.
You're not going to bring it up if you don't want to put too much.
Got it.
So, and you always have to put these in quotation marks, right?
Got it.
And Madison has really good coverage. So what I did, there's 97 hits. Madison, Wisconsin for Cassius Nelson. The oldest one starts in 1877. And then we can do newest, we can filter it by newest. And now suddenly we're into 1996. So unless they're talking about him from the past, there we go. 50 years back, which would be 1908. Okay? The residents of Cassius B. Nelson, 617 states.
So we got a couple of marks.
So you're beginning to accumulate information just on this one guy. But before you go too, down the rabbit hole with old Cassius here, you want to make sure that he actually is on the property. So let's go back to oldest first, right?
Yeah.
So locating who's owns stuff, right, is going to be, so we just look up a couple of these other articles. So this is, given away Waterbury watches, catch on to the hurrah at Cassius B. Nelson's. So Cassius B. Nelson had a clothier, hatter, and furnisher. And it is formerly the Rowley Stand. So now this is something that you could look up.
That's his company.
Right.
I wrote that somewhere. Wait a minute.
So again, I'm going to suggest you get yourself a notebook, right? Right?
Yes.
You can organize.
Rowley and Co.
Right. So another thing, it's formerly the Rowley Stand.
Oh.
So now it's Cassius B. Nelson Clothier. The name of his business is Cassius B. Nelson in 1885. Right?
Yep.
But get a notebook because part of research is also organizing your research. So that,
I didn't think it'd be this much.
Oh, it's going to be a lot. Okay. Yeah. So then you just, so here we go. We got all this stuff. A lot of them is going to be Cassius Nelson stuff, right? So there's that. Okay. You can do the same thing with the other people. Let's do something first. Let's do.
So, like I was saying,
what was the oldest one?
The other
address?
name.
No, we're not.
Oh, the
you
address.
Can look that one up. So what was the address?
1102.
Not 1102. The other
Oh, 1100.
Okay. So now we're going to put 1100 and let's just try Johnson, right? And then we're in Madison. We have that in quotes. We're going to click on it. We have the first time it comes up, because this is the oldest date, is in 1912. And now we're just going to see, because this is for sale, lot 35 by 140, 1100 block. So, was it a different address before then, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think the city, I don't know if in the archives, they may have the changes of addresses, right? That's something to ask. Excuse me, otherwise I think the city might. So the first mention we have of 1100 Johnson is in 1912, in the newspaper, is 1912, okay? Well, it doesn't mean, I should caveat that and say that there are gaps in this, right? So it's possible that there was a gap, that it may have come from. So now you keep seeing this 1100 blah, 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 because they repeat, right? Now you have 1915, 11, no, this says, am I not mistaken, does that say 1102? Yes, 1102 East Johnson Street, East Marlford, Douglas Lake. So this is Susan May Anderson.
That is
Another name you should have run across.
William J. Anderson.
Right.
It's 19. Is this 19?
1915.
Perfect. It's around the right time.
So now you know that possibly in 1912, it may have been 1100 East Johnson. May have, I'm saying, because you haven't verified that. It could have been, they might have already changed addresses, but there's a possibility that between 1912 and 1915, they changed the name of that thing. But we could look. So you see what I'm doing here?
Yes, you're
Okay.
using the
All right.
newspaper.com.
Now, we're also going to do 1102 East Johnson. I'm going to see what the earliest mention of that is. But there we go. So I was wrong. So in 1905 is the first mention that is in this digital archives of 1102 East Johnson. White brick house. Is that it? Steam heat. All modern improvements. Possession. So they're selling it. Oh, they're renting it.
That's fine. I use that word a lot. And for me, yeah, so Masons, if you, well, I don't associate with Masons, but I do know when you build energy and you control it, they call it an improvement. So an energy might not be like power,
but this
it
is
could be an
just
idea.
the way you also talk about houses. Okay, let me keep in mind.
A new
Talk
idea.
about modern improvements.
Yeah.
So, interesting. So they're renting this. Okay. So whoever owns it in 1905 is trying to rent it, right? And this is Ellie Stevens. He's a rental agent, right? So he's got these different places he's renting. So now you have a note in your notebook that you're going to get where you're going to put these all in logically and organized. You're going to say that in 1905, August, whatever, you'd even want to cite the whole thing, right? That number 1102 East Johnson, which is a white brick house.
Yep.
Okay. But it looks like it's the one, and they're renting it. Okay. And they're saying that you would take possession of it September 1st. So they're renting it starting September. So now let's go. Where are we? This is August 21st, same thing. I think still renting it. 8 rooms. 8 rooms?
Wow.
Huh?
Wow, I didn't know they started renting it then.
It
We
looks
thought
like-
it was
see?
recent.
That's what I'm saying. You're beginning to compile information that
Yeah.
you can then,
Well, we didn't know when they turned it from a house into a rental property.
So then we have Colonel William
I think
J. Anderson.
That's like 60 years
Is
later,
that your guy? And
right?
family?
Yes.
Who've been spending the summer at their country home in Louisville Park.
6.
Have removed to the city and are located at 1102 East Johnson Street in the brick residence, which is known as the old W.H. Rogers homestead.
Yeah.
So you're getting more information.
So yes, that name is also there on my
See?
list.
Right? Recently purchased by Colonel Anderson from Mr. P.F. whatever. You see?
Harloff.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now you're beginning to document stuff. This is primary source document at the time, and they're talking about land transactions. It can be accurate. So now you're beginning to compile all this stuff, and and this is only 2 searches, right? You're not searching Harloff, you're not searching William Anderson, blah, blah. I mean, with William E. whatever, you're going to have to put his middle initial in there.
Yeah,
Anderson's too common.
We
Right?
found William Anderson in the census book.
Yeah.
We already made certain he was there. We made certain William Rogers
No,
was
but
there.
now you're getting dates, right? He just recently bought. At that point, the article says he recently bought it from blah, right? You're beginning to compile some dates on this. And here's this is the home
I
date,
think she was after finding the
information about the people.
we that weren't that are on the list that we can't locate. So
Well, that's one. I mean, she's giving you one approach. I'm saying that you can also, through newspapers.com, you can find this topic on the stones. Let's look at this, and then I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Mrs. J. Hattiesburg of DeForest visiting Mrs. C. Milland, 1102. This is West Johnson. So you can discard that one, right? And here we have, I mean, there's this address, and I didn't stick in east or west, I just put in 1102 Johnson. There are 937 hits. Some of them, so now we're going to switch it and look for newest. So now you have, this is going to be a rental, right? So you've got all these rentals. And you just keep going and looking through blue line. You can also jump through, you know, because you see these are all just ads, right?
So, 60 years after the guy built the house, it turned into a rental property.
Well, you'd have to verify.
We don't even know when it was verify when it was built.
Right.
So, if it's accurate in 1850, between 1850 and 1857, then, and this is 1900.
What was it, 7 or something? Okay,
So
is that gives you more to go on?
Newspaper.com. Wait,
And I can
I
check.
have to go to the tax rolls.
I would go to the tax rolls. You can also, but yeah, I would go to the tax rolls.
Gravity.
And then you have Masonic, you've got, okay, you have our catalog. So I just put here, Madison catalog, somebody showed me this already.
Yep.
We use it
Oh,
for
yeah.
bibliographic access to our archives and library. So now you're looking at, so I just put in, this is a keyword search, Mason's history, right?
Yep.
Right here, we have the history, the list, the customs, the charges, the Constitution, and this is available online if you're sitting in here, but I'm trying to find, these go so far back. Just trying to find famous Masons, right?
Yeah.
Famous Masons in two-part, Black Masons, history of Freemasons collected from. Okay, let's see what this has to say. So the subject heading, so this was the keyword. The subject heading is Freemason, right? And then you can go, you know, that's, but you can also, so now let's try Freemasonry history symbols. Freemasonry history, types in. Okay. So then we have 52 results that are coming. Antiquity, symbols, Constitution. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is 1896.
Yeah.
It's here, but it has. You have to request it from our preservation facility.
I will. Well, I will search for the symbols, but I think they hide their symbols. Well, the significance of the symbols from the public. I think you have to join the fraternity to understand the truth about their symbols.
This is 4 volumes of stuff that have to do with the symbols. I'm going to print this out.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I years ago I seen these guys, or years ago I saw their organization, and I took like 2 minutes to take a look at them, and they tell a story that's similar to mine, but it's like they tell it differently. It's like two people with the same idea.
Yeah, I'm saying that you're researching these people.
Yeah.
You already have one of the.
No, I'm not researching Freemasons. I'm not. I swear. I don't want to research Freemasons.
Cassius Nelson.
I do. Him.
He was a Mason.
You positive?
Yeah, the newspaper article said identified him as this. That was the article. He's a Mason. You get the clues. These are all clues. They're not anything absolute. We're beginning to piece stuff together. Go get yourself a notebook.
Oh, I have one. I have one. Thank you for your help in discovering who Cassius was.
Okay, now, when you're here on our catalog, sitting in our library,
Yeah.
you scroll down here, and it says catalog search.
Yep.
You scroll down to databases, and you put in newspapers.com. And
Yep.
remember, any search you do,
Yep.
you got to put in quotation marks.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just here to discover the physics behind the window.
Okay.
I'm not into the Masons. I'm not into
Well, that might be it. But,
this physics.
okay.
That's it.
Well, anyway, there you go.
Thank
Okay.
you. All right. No, I'm good on the Freemasons.
Okay.
I don't want to
All right.
research that. Thank you.
Sure, sure.
Holy crap. So, hey everybody. So, before I turned this camera on, I was trying to explain to the lady about the symbols I saw on the window of a window that I passed. The window had a triangle that looks like gravity, the same symbol I've been promoting everywhere I went, on Twitter, on YouTube, on pretty much everywhere I go. I've been talking about gravity and that symbol. When I started telling that lady, the lady that this recording has that was talking to the librarian, she told me, you can't speculate that. She said, that's called speculation. And if you don't have a guarantee that the owner of that house was that made the symbol in the window for that reason, you can't speculate that. And how I just told you that is how she told me. So she tried to destroy the confidence I've built in recognizing the symbol that I see and the significance behind the symbol. I know it's physics. It's it's as purposeful as a symbol that represents purpose given to us by gravity, the force of increasing weight into a smaller area, the absence of energy, and is what helps us control energy. The weight that comes with gravity helps us control energy. And I tried to tell her that. And I tried to tell her that fusion is the principle behind controlling energy. As long as you can find enough energy and you know how to control it, you can use it to improve your life and the life of those around you. And I think the person who put the symbol in the window wanted everyone to know that they have a purpose, that I have a purpose. The person who lives here has a purpose, and that purpose is to control energy, lots of it, so that I can improve my life and the lives of those around me. That's the symbol for gravity, and I know how to. The other point I want to tell everyone who sees this symbol in the window is I know how to control energy. I know how, and I know that I have to. I know that's my purpose. And if I can do a very good job of controlling energy, I can live here. I can live in this house, this very house. I can live here and fulfill my purpose. And I think lots of people who came to Madison when the house was built came to Madison to fulfill that purpose, to find energy, lots of it. So some people went into business that was in demand, and they provided the supply. And in that sense, they fulfilled a purpose that would improve their lives and the lives of the people around them. They found something useful. It doesn't have to be energy that we use to power those lights. It could be the energy of an idea. It could be the energy in a design. It could be the energy of a good coat. The idea that I'm going to build the best coat possible, and you did it. You found whatever was necessary to build the best coat possible, and you started selling it to people. You found energy. You learned how to control that energy by making it a reality. When you made that energy, your idea a reality, you gained control of your energy, of your idea. And you use your idea that you gained control of and made it a reality to improve your life and the lives of those around you. I told that to the librarian in there, and she desperately tried to destroy every thought I had about physics and purpose, and that the window represented that purpose. So, and then she acted like I was frustrating her by explaining what I just told you to her. Like what I said didn't make sense. And then she said, that doesn't make sense. Or she used body language when I spoke that indicated you're not making any sense. And then she tried to tell me, act like she wanted to end the conversation. So that happened for about 5 or 6 minutes. I then pulled my camera out. She then became incredibly helpful. She changed her attitude. She turned into a librarian. Although she did try to sneak a few contrary ideas into my head. I don't know if you can backtrack and watch the videos. You can kind of see or notice the discouraging commentary that contradictions to every comment I made. Like, well, no, this is a better idea. Well, maybe, but I'm not certain. Like nothing that provided support, no means of support. And then when she did give me good things that supported my idea, it was like, well, there you go. It's almost as if she didn't want to. So it's like a little bit of psychological harassment when she had to be helpful. I think it's an intelligence, a game of intelligence. Can I insult you and be nice about it at the same time to make you forget, or in a way no one can tell? Kids do it, teenagers do it. I didn't think the librarian here at the Historical Society would do it. But I know I'm right. What I'm looking for is the certainty that I'm right. And I think that's what happens when you search for energy. You look for the more energy to support your idea. That energy, or someone else who had the similar energy as you do. And if what I discovered is the same thing someone else discovered 130 years ago, there's a good chance, even if no one, like the librarian, wants to agree with me, there's a good chance I'm accurate. I'm telling the truth. There's a good chance if what I say, what I found, and what someone else found 130 years ago turn out to be the same, there's a good chance I'm right. There's a good chance of it. But no one's too smart that they can't be told on. No one can escape gravity. So if you want to be smart and you want to hurt somebody, or insult somebody, or distract somebody, or discourage somebody, you're not smart enough to escape gravity. All that person has to do is repeat what you did or what you said, and it is impossible for you to escape gravity. So no matter how smart you think you are, all someone else has to do is tell. Oh, and I'm right. I know I'm right. I know the symbol on the window is purpose. It's full of purpose. Your job is to find energy and learn how to control it. And if you know physics, I just told you, then you know. If you know physics, then you know exactly as well as I do how to If you know physics, then you know that this window is is proof that I do too, or proof that is your evidence. As you look at this window, if you can identify the symbols, you have identify the symbol in the illustration of this window built into the building, into my house, then you are aware of the significance. Well, you can be certain that that you're right. I think someone's using technology to stop me from speaking right now about what I want to say. And they're laughing in my ears. They're smiling and laughing that their implants can distract me from speaking or stop me from speaking. But the window has significance, and it means a lot to those searching for energy, that somebody else discovered the same thing you found, and they also discovered the same way to control energy that you found. And you live 150 years after them. You live 150 years after them. You never met that person, and yet you too discovered the same way to control energy. And the significance of and the importance of leaving a message behind for others to know how to do the same thing, and how so the symbols the symbol in the window represents gravity, and if you can see it, you can identify it, you can tell people you have purpose. Well, you know purpose. You know what is valuable. You know what is important. You know that above any illusions, what you have to do with your life. You know you have to find energy and use gravity to control it so that you can improve your life and the lives of those around you. And he put that on the window because that's the key to freedom. That's the key to getting stronger. That's the key to living. And I think it's a matter of pride for some people like him, the guy who built the house, to show others that he's intelligent, that he knows better than the average person the reality of life. The reality of life is we are here to find energy. And it could be the lights that the energy to power our homes. It could be the energy that's needed to keep us fed. It could be the energy that helps us survive in other small ways. I mean, energy has different degrees of usefulness. So any energy you find that can be of use to you or the people around you is a prideful thing. So you could be a shoe fixer, fix shoes for a living. You could make coats for a living. You can make hats for a living. It doesn't matter. If this is helping people, you have found energy. And if you learned how to control your idea to turn it into a reality, you have accomplished your purpose. You have accomplished your purpose, and you are now using your purpose to improve the lives of the people around you. So I tried to explain the reality of the window to the woman inside the house, and she told me, and the librarian here, and she told me that you aren't speaking the truth, or that's speculation. Everything you just said is speculation. And it's like she just distracted from everything I said, or she didn't acknowledge anything I said. It's harassment, it's psychological harassment, and it's to steal confidence from people. It's to take your confidence away. It is to hurt your feelings, or I think it's like a racist, not racism. I think it's hate, not because you're black, but because you're not gay. And I think the woman supports the gay community. And the reason she didn't want me to build confidence is she didn't want me to feel like a man. And somebody was yelling in my ears, a gay black dude at the time she was talking to me was yelling in my ears saying, "You're not that smart." He was gay and he was black. And he was like, see N-word, you're not that smart. Or like he was acting ghetto. Like your ghetto, my ghetto black butt shouldn't be talking to a librarian about physics or about gravity or about energy or about windows that show symbols about either of those things. She just told me I'm not supposed to say anything. That's what she said. Or that's what the black dude was telling me in my ears while the woman was talking. So they were using implants to distract me, and this woman was trying to harass me to cause an altercation. So I guess every time I came here, it was making somebody mad. Somebody in the community, somebody with using these implants, especially because I was doing something contributing to society by discovering the original owner of the house, which is a mystery. There's no record of the original owner or proof of who lived there. According to the newspaper article, nobody knows for certain when the house was built. So I came here to discover the truth and hopefully discover who the original owner was and the purpose of the window in writing, not just symbology or without getting close to. So I wanted to get closer to that. The purpose, well, a lot of people who use symbols don't leave messages. And I think it's because they want to keep the meaning or the significance of their symbols a secret for those they teach. The things that they teach, they don't want everyone to know. They don't want just anybody to know how to gain their freedom or how to control energy or humanity's purpose or how to feel like you fulfilled your life. They want people to be blind unless they're taught. And these secrets are broadcasted for a small group of people, not for everybody. So the fact that I know is probably making a woman like her upset and other people in this small society very upset that a person like me discovered energy. I found energy and I learned how to control it. And I also learned the symbols from imitating from, okay, so if you increase energy in a smaller area, everybody knows that would make the energy stronger. So what does that look like in your mind? It looks like a triangle. It looks like more energy in a smaller area would eventually look like a triangle to you. That is common sense. More weight in a smaller area would also look like a triangle to you. That is also common sense. So I learned that you have to increase weight in a smaller area to get stronger and put more energy in that area. Weightlifting. That's what I learned. And then I started seeing the same symbols that I learned when I walked outside everywhere. It's like so I started writing I drew these images in my mind. And then when I drew the images in my mind, I walked outside and I started seeing these symbols everywhere I went. So it's just imagery you place in your mind. You then start to see them everywhere. So you now know there are other people who had the same the same mentality you had. And you came to a conclusion that these secret society members, the small group of people came to, but they didn't tell anybody because they wanted to keep it a secret. They wanted it to be their secret, their private secret that they didn't teach to anybody else. And that is wrong. That is public knowledge, and that information is for everybody. So the librarian decided to hurt my feelings in a way that I would lose confidence about what I know. And if I lose confidence about what I know, then I won't believe myself. And if I don't believe myself, she could give me you can then give people different ideas about what they should think. That's what she just tried to do. And I pulled my phone out because I know she was attempting, or with implants and people talking to me and her being not really supportive, you can purposefully, this is common sense, this is common logic, and I know anybody who watches this video who has any value about physics also knows that I'm telling the truth. And I think the combination of all these aggravation, implants, and lies leads to altercations. But I wasn't falling for it. She wasn't going to give me a chance to speak up, so I started recording her in case, and then she changed her attitude. So I'm gonna go home, do a little more research on just to try to prove the original owner. And if I can prove anything about the original owner has anything to do with anything I've spoken about in the past, then I know the original owner and myself are on the same have the same mindset about life. We're here to find energy, and the way to control any ideas we have is to use gravity to make the ideas a reality. To turn your idea into reality, you have to use gravity. Anything you can get your hands on, anything you can hold, anything you can pick up, you can manipulate. Those things are gravity. You turn your idea into something other people can hold, you can hold, and you sell it, or you use it. You use that idea, the idea you created, to improve your life and the lives of those around you. And now you've overcome an obstacle, a struggle that you no longer have. You've improved. Now you do more. You do it again. You find more energy, and you use gravity again to control it, to turn it into a reality, and you use it to improve the lives of yourself and the people around you. You keep making improvements. You build your triangle up. Eventually, you're going to find less and less things that you need to improve. So the area gets smaller. The area of possible improvements gets smaller. But it doesn't end. It's not endless. It gets smaller. That's all. So you can keep struggling to get stronger. That's what I think that window, what I know that window meant. Oh, and I also know that everybody who lived in that house found energy to fulfill their purpose. The symbol in the window was their purpose, to use the space around you and everything in it, the gravity within the space around you, to control your idea and use your idea to improve the lives of the people around you. And that was the symbol on the window. He told people how to control their ideas, how to find energy, and what to do when you did find energy. Control it. Use it to improve your life and the lives of those around you. You get it? That's the meaning of the window. And the woman upstairs did her best to take what I just told you out of to take the wind out of, to stop me from believing what I just told you. So I'm telling you guys that there's somebody here at the Wisconsin Historical Society that's not supposed to be here as a librarian. They're supposed to find evidence to support your ideas. And if they can't find evidence to support your ideas, they are then supposed to tell you softly, I'm so sorry.